Hello and welcome to this video on breathing. I am going to now show you a few breathing exercises that will help you strengthen certain chakras, remove blocks, and correct any mistakes that could be occurring in the breathing, in your breathing patterns, breath patterns. It's like a workout for your breath, for your nervous system, for your endocrine glands, and for your life's critical life expressions. In my previous video on breathing, I had spoken about the details of why breath is important. Please do visit it if you have not. So let's get straight into the breath work. The first important instruction when you are working on your breath is that you keep your spine straight at all times, because breath work is working on your nervous system. Your nervous system is going along your spine. Unless it's easy, relaxed and straight in alignment, things will not be of help, the breath work you do. So it's important to always sit erect, straight, your spine straight. Sometimes when we are seated slightly not straight, our neck is bent, our head is bent. If you wish to look in front of the mirror, sit in front of the mirror so you can practice and be able to sit straight, your posture, your back straight without stress. Second thing you do for having a better breathing experience is to make sure your fingertips are completely relaxed. The area of your eyes, your jaws, your shoulders and your fingertips most importantly, because since we are working on the nervous system, it's important for the nervous system to feel relaxed and easy when we start our breath work. So now that we know the two ground rules for starting the breath work. Rule number one, to keep the spine straight and relaxed. Second is to keep yourself completely relaxed, and the indication for it is to make sure our fingertips are completely relaxed. Right? Now that you're ready, let's begin with the first exercise for breathing, which is Anulom-Vilom, which is meant to correct any imbalances in either meridian of a being, either side of a body. Most usually we have imbalances on one side or the other of a being because of some factors like perhaps the nostril being smaller on one side, etc. So this is help to balance both meridians. So the act of Anulom-Vilom is simply breathing from one nostril, breathing out from the other nostril, and breathing in from the same nostril, breathing out from the other. Right? So Anulom-Vilom is used to balance both meridians of a being and also to increase the capacity of our breath and get in touch with our breathing or prana or life. So let me show you quickly how it's done. The mudra you can adopt for this is simply this. These two fingers are going to be placed very lightly. Remember, your fingertips have to be relaxed, so very lightly on this mound of Venus, leaving the thumb and the fourth finger to work with covering our nostrils. So the left hand is just placed gently, pointing upward on my lap. My fingers are pointed upwards and very relaxed. My spine is straight. Now I take a deep breath inward from my left nostril, covering my right. Now take a breath in till the end of your capacity. Sometimes we don't explore our capacity. We assume that this is a capacity of intake of breath and we just stop. So when you take a breath inward during this exercise, consciously pause when you do your automatic breath intake and recognize that you can take a lot more air in and then fill it up, fill yourself up with the hilt of your capacity with air. So just as you stretch your spine, fully inward. Now pause to observe the sensations in your being. Change your nostril, cover the left side and breathe out. Slowly, deeply. As you breathe out, empty all the air in your being till your navel is pressed inside, till your anus is tightened. There is not even a pinch of oxygen in your being now. Pause for a second and exhale. Inhale again. Full capacity, beyond your capacity, beyond your sahasrara, you're taking in the breath. Change your nostril, breathe out. As you take out all the oxygen from your being, squeeze yourself by holding your navel inward, and ultimately the result, the focus would be to compress your anus inside, pull your anus inside. So this is compressed, leaving no space for any air in any part of your being. Repeat this. Full pause. Breathe in from this again. Now relax. Just observe the sensations in your being as you finish doing Anulom Vilom. You can do this for a period of 3 minutes, 5 minutes, depending on how comfortable you are, 10 to 12 repetitions. If you cannot do 10 to 12 repetitions at one sitting, take a few breaks, do 3, 3, 3 at one time. Take breaks. Each break you take, allow your entire being to come to a pause, a rest. Allow your breathing to come, settle in to a normal tone. This is Anulom Vilom. Continuing with our breathing exercise. This breathing exercise is going to address the lower part of our being, the health of our endocrine glands located in the abdomen area. It's working with the lower two chakras, the Swadhisthana and the Muladhara. It's working at removing any blocks. It works at strengthening these areas, allowing it to better absorb certain minerals and vitamins necessary for a better healthy functioning of these regions. So let's just get on with the MURCCA. MURCCA is done by engaging the navel, the abdomen. So it's abdominal breathing, not chest breathing, not solar plexus breathing. So it's important to bring our attention and focus to the way we breathe and take in oxygen to the region of our navel. So one hand we will place on our navel slightly. So we know we are engaging the navel during our intake and outflow of breath. So breathing in is going to be from your nose, deep and slow. Full breath that you're going to draw in, deep and slow. Like this. As you take the breath in, you will make sure you extend your navel outward, allowing for oxygen, or the breath to settle in or go deep into your abdominal region. So like this. Extend your navel, take all the breath all the way in your abdomen, and as you have collected the air, the expulsion of breath is going to be from your mouth, not from your nose. The expulsion is going to be forceful and noisy, right? You can create the noise by constricting your throat so there is pressure build up in here and the air needs to be pushed out literally, from your abdomen by engaging your navel muscle. So this hand can be placed on On your knee, just relaxed and fingers pointed upwards. Don't try and assume different mudras when we don't know the details about it. It's best to leave them open and relaxed. So MURCCA is this. I'm going to do this 2-3 times. So you take a deep breath inward from your navel, extending your navel. Breathe out. Make sure it's forceful and you've engaged your abdomen, you've engaged your navel, you've engaged your anus, you pulled it in as you squeeze this part and let the oxygen out, breath out from your mouth by constricting your throat so you make that sound. I'll do this 2-3 times so you get an idea. Hold, release, take in air. Now pause after you have finished doing for 15 or 20 times or whatever is comfortable. If you're not able to do this continuously for so many times, take a break in between. When you finished it, between each pranayam, we make sure that we relax and then we allow our body to return back to normal, our breath to come back to normal, slow and steady. Just observe the changes of energy and the feeling inside you as you do your breath work. It's important to have your attention, focus and attention inward, your dhyan inward, just observing the subtle processes that are happening as you do these breathing exercises. So this is MURCCA. Now let's go to working with the Manipura, right here, the element fire, the thing that regulates the pH balance, acidity or alkalinity in your body. In here, Muladhara, Manipur. Let's look at this breath work called KAPALBHATI that is going to work, strengthen, remove blocks in the Manipur. So now that we are working with the solar plexus, diaphragmatic breathing, we are working with the diaphragm and this area. We place one of our hands gently in here, just as a reminder that we are not engaging the lower abdomen, neither are we engaging the chest, but we are engaging the diaphragm and the solar plexus in this exercise, breathing exercise, KAPALBHATI. So KAPALBHATI, the action is breathe inward through the nose, breathe outward through the nose. Right? In here, the inward breathing is going to be non-deliberate as much as possible. For example, we are drawing breath inward now. Now, in KAPALBHATI, what we do is we allow for the inflation of the lungs by itself. When we are breathing out, we forcefully breathe out by pushing our diaphragm or contracting the diaphragm and pushing the solar plexus inward like this. Yeah. So KAPALBHATI. So I'm going to just close my eyes, keep my spine straight, relax my fingertips, and when I'm ready, I'm going to just allow my lungs to inflate. And when it's fully inflated, I breathe out by compressing my diaphragm. I can feel it with my hand. Now that you're breathing back inward, don't draw the breath in. Just allow your lungs to inflate by themselves. If you notice, the time that I take to expel the breath, the count is 1. If it's 1, then the amount of time it takes for me to take my breath in or allow my lungs to inflate is going to be a count of 5 or 6. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's automatically my lungs are expanding, taking in the air. Always making sure that we are engaging our diaphragm or solar plexus in this exercise, the KAPALBHATI. This breathing exercise is going to be for the heart, the chest area, the heart chakra, ANAHATA. So the first thing to do for all breath work, like you already know, is to keep your spine straight and your fingers relaxed, right? So this breathing is going to be a full chest breathing. It's very simple. All we do is, as we take a breath in, we expand our whole being by stretching our hand, our chest, lifting the chin upwards, breathing in, and then breathing out as we compress and hug ourselves with a chin, tip of our chin, touching our chest. This is it. Simple, deep, full breathing from your chest, not from your diaphragm, not from your abdomen, not from your throat, but completely in these spaces, in the space of your chest. Extending your lung capacity, stretching it as much as possible, and expelling by compressing your being as much as possible, hugging yourself, right? So this is for the ANAHATA, the heart chakra. This breath work is for the Vishuddha or the throat area or the throat chakra, very helpful in regulating our thyroid gland. So what we do is we stretch our neck upwards, chin upwards. As we look up into the sky, we breathe in and out short, sharp breaths, delivering the oxygen or prana directly to the area of our chest as it's stretched upwards, right? Like a dog panting, yeah? Like we do this. I'll show it to you. Stretch your neck upwards, your chin upwards, your eyesight up from your nose. Notice that the area that is mostly worked out is in here. And as you're taking the breath in, you're directing it right into the area of your throat, looking upward. You're going to be... Pause. Feel the changes, the subtle sensations in the region of our neck. Repeat again. Do this for a good 2 minutes or so. This helps us in clearing any kind of block with the throat chakra, the center of expression for us. So this is for the throat chakra. Now this breath work, Brahmari, or invoking Brahma, the one who knows all, is the master of all. This is primarily working with the pineal gland. It focuses on bringing our vibrations that we create through the humming of the sound the second syllable of Om, that is just So as we do the We also train our vibrations that we are creating in our being. We are directing it straight upwards into our skull spaces. If you feel the vibrations in your throat, in your chest, or anywhere else, then you are not doing this right. So Brahmari is the breath work where you close all the holes of your skull. So your skull is completely sealed. For example, the lobes of our ear here, we just press it tight, so we are completely covering our ears, right? We close our mouth closed. The only thing, of course, open is our nose to allow us to take a breath inward and outward. So this is how we do it. We just gently place our fingers on our eye, use the thumb to close the ear securely. We breathe inward, deep and slow and long. And as we expel the breath, we chant the second syllable of the word Om, that is just like this. Take a breath inward and slow, deliberate and long. As we utter the word syllable we make sure that we guide the vibrations that are stemming from our being to the area, the center of our skull, right? More critically, we can direct it straight to the pineal gland, which is located in the center of our skull spaces, right? Right deep inside here between our eyes, yeah? Right in the center of this place between our temples, right in the center of it. As we close our eyes and do this, allow these vibrations to rise up and start to target that area of the pineal gland to shake out all the debris, to shake out all the calcification, to allow for a better circulation of blood in that region, to open up our nervous system in that region, and ultimately shake out the slumber that our pineal gland is in. So this Brahmari, very important to activate our pineal gland, to allow for blocks of a third eye to be removed, to strengthen that region. This is Brahmari.